see clearly. I will lift mine eyes to the hills from whence my help cometh. My help it comes from you. Lead me yeah. Where I never been before, place I never seen before. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. My brother Romain. When the road is long and heavy, when it's dark and I can't see clearly, I will lift my eyes to the hills from whence my help cometh. My help comes from you. Lead me, where I never been before, a place I never seen before. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. I know my help comes from the Lord, one who made heaven and earth. You're mighty, yes, you're stronger than any other. One thing that I desire, that I may dwell here with you forever and ever. I'm chasing no other. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me.
The possibility of lung.
Hey, Frank, our workers' comp insurance is expired.
You will make a way. You have always made a way, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Some days high and some days low, but I will not give
He has made a way for me. And like that song says, anywhere you plant me is where I will go. Beautiful song. Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday, churchy Thursday, happy Thursday, all kind of Thursday. I like Thursday, yay, because it's Thursday, almost Friday. And what a day it has been. What a day it has been. So happy to be here with you guys. Missed you last week because last week we were having technical difficulties and we couldn't make it on here on Yes with Yesse. So I'm so happy to be here with you guys this Thursday. And thank God for the opportunity to be here with you guys once again. Good evening, everyone there on Facebook. Miss Sister Laurel, Sister Diane, nice talking to you right before the show. God bless you. Donna J. Hi, Donna J. Minister Brown, how are you? Minister Brown getting ready for tomorrow. Happy Friday. And you don't want to miss that. So good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone there on 89.1. Good evening, Sister Sonia on Facebook as well. YouTube, I see you. Good evening. And everyone there on newseasonfm.com. Good evening. Do me a favor, take a moment to like and share, invite so everyone can get a listen into tonight's episode of Yes with Yesse, and invite, share that YouTube link, and don't forget to subscribe. Super easy. Just go New Season Gospel FM, all one word, and you can subscribe literally with the click of a button, just like it says on our screen. So go ahead and do that for me. And tonight I just want to talk to you guys about a couple things. Because again, I missed you last week, so I can talk today. I talk every week. I talk every day. But I can talk to you guys today because I missed last week. Something really cool that I found out today, it literally came out to public news, if you will, today. And it's been on different, I believe it was on NBC and Channel 7. And so it was really awesome to see. And what it is, so there's an organization called in Miami called the Sabrina Cohen Foundation, and it is based out of Miami Beach. And so the Miami Beach City Commission and Mayor approved $2.5 million, and that's going to go towards funding the Sabrina Cohen Foundation, which focuses on adaptive sports, accessibility for individuals with disabilities in the beach and surrounding areas of parks, recreational centers, and things like that. And as a matter of fact, those $2.5 million is going to the Sabrina Cohen Foundation Adaptive Fitness and Recreational Center. That is the first center of its kind in Miami Beach and in South Florida, if I'm not mistaken, to be honest, where it's going to be fully adaptive for individuals with disabilities, for sports, the beaches, recreational activities. And that is so important because the Sabrina Cohen Foundation really specifies with spinal cord injuries and paralysis. And so the activity, the physical activity and the physical therapy is crucial for this particular foundation or organization and those involved, but also for the community as a whole. So it's really exciting to hear, And it's also interesting to me because it makes me so happy, so much joy to know that the city of Miami Beach collaborated and approved this project with the Sabrina Cohen Foundation, yet we are not so blessed when it comes to other local cities, other local representatives to have the same kind of inclusivity and accepting mindset. And so how do we do that? How do we work as a community to kind of continue to put this more into practice, right? To get this idea out there of the inclusion and how important it is and how important it being active is in this particular case. But how do you get the idea of inclusion and the need of those individuals with disabilities, health issues, whatever it is, that we need representation and we need to educate our community more so that we get more yeses and less nos. And something happened earlier that made me really, really happy. And she knew it was going to make me happy. So, what happened was I was walking into the office, and we'll go back to that, but I wanted to share this with you guys really quick just to give you an idea of why this is so important to me right now. I walk into the office earlier. We've been here. It's been a day, and we're just like, it's just been an emotional day. And I walk in today, and Mina's here, and she says to me, "Yay, yay." I think it was around lunchtime, and she's like, "Yay, yay, I have some news for you." I'm like, "Uh-oh, what's up?" And she was like, "I was excited, so I knew that you would be excited if I was excited." And I'm like, "What happened? What's going on?" I'm already excited because this is like not normal. She's gonna kill me. And so she's like, "Did you know that a center for autism related services is opening up right next to us, like in the next like little center next to our office?" And I'm like, "No way." And like she said it super excited, and I was excited. I got excited. I'm still excited, by the way. And she was like, "Yeah, they're opening right there. I saw the sign, and it's interesting because I drive by there, every day pretty much, and I haven't seen it. First time I saw it today. I still haven't seen it. I'm gonna definitely make it a point to see it when I go on my way home today." But it's exciting because in my mind, I said, "How cool is it that now someone I know, someone close to me, is aware of these needs and these services that are opening up and being provided, that perhaps maybe, and maybe not, but maybe if she didn't know how important it was to me, or if maybe she wouldn't have heard it from me before, and maybe she wouldn't have been so aware of it, and not just her but anybody." And so I say that to say that representation matters. Educating the community and those around you absolutely matters, because if it's not for you and the education that you bring, and the and the knowledge, then perhaps you can't expect, not perhaps, you can't expect the people around you to be knowledgeable and know whatever it is that and have the sensitivity to that subject, as in my case. Like, it makes me super happy that she did that. It makes me super happy when we have any type of well, we do all the time, so I can't even say that. Well, it makes me happy that new season is inclusive, and that we have that culture of togetherness, and that's a perfect example right there. So that made me so happy, and it's so rewarding to have that voice, and that courage, because it does take courage in a sense to talk about it, to educate, to live it, to show with what I live every day, and come here, and we joke around so much, but at the end of the day, it's awesome to know that something sticks, some information sticks, some education. So it's really, really cool to experience things like that with the people closest to you, because I mean, we're always together, we're always here, we're always, either if we're not here, we're on the phone, so, and it's awesome. And I remember a conversation one time I had with Pastor Steve, where I was still kind of skeptical about not the idea of the inclusion, and the diversity of including individuals with disabilities in ministry, because I know that's where my heart is and where my calling is. I was more afraid of, well, what are other people going to think? Or what if somebody in a wheelchair comes around, and how are they going to react? And I was so worried about what the other people were going to think. And he said to me, "Think about when you came to New Season. How was it for you?" And I was like, ouch. And I thank God for that every day, because I realized that when I came to New Season, it wasn't even it's never been a thing. My disability has never been a thing. I've never been looked at any type of way. I've always been accepted and included, and it's been awesome. And so he was like, exactly. So so you weren't worried about it, so don't worry about it. You do what you do, you do what you're good at, and everybody will catch up. In other words, people either they catch up or they don't. And if they caught up with you and you're good after so long, it's gonna be okay. So the inclusivity and all of that, I'm realizing it's I don't know if you wobble or not. Listen, don't worry about my wobble, okay? Um, it's fun to be able to talk like that and joke around like that and know that you're accepted regardless, that you're included, and that you belong. And my hope, my prayer is always that more people, organizations, groups of people get to experience that, because it's very heartwarming, it's very rewarding, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So I say that to say my next point that it takes a village. It takes an entire community to develop that sense of inclusivity, that sense of community. At the end of the day, inclusion is community. Community is inclusion. You can't really have one without the other, right? And so, in the past couple of days, in the past couple of weeks, I've been very involved in political events and activities. I hosted the Latino Vote event just a couple of weeks ago. And then from there, it's just been networking and talking to the representatives on different projects. And I love to do that, by the way. And I love to do that because I get to learn about them as representatives, as leaders. And I get to learn where their mind is as it pertains to disability and inclusion. I love it. Sometimes I don't like what I hear, but I love learning from them, and I love to, I guess, get their definition of inclusion. And I get all kinds of stuff, but it's a learning curve for both sides. And so I was able to connect with one representative in particular, who I had a great conversation with at the event. And she was like, listen, I am all for the diversity and inclusion. Our conversation was great. She really caught my attention because I was like, okay, she speaks my language. She understands about the inclusion specifically of individuals with disabilities. Because again, for a lot of people, they throw out the word inclusion and they bring about all these different things. And I'm like, no, let's bring it back specifically for individuals with disabilities. And so it was cool to know that that's where her heart was, or is also. However, she's running for commission in a particular city in Broward County, very, very close to where I am in Hollywood. And she says to me, unfortunately, the reps or the people there, not necessarily the reps, but the city officials, the community leaders, and people that these ideas have been presented to, have not been very acceptive of disability inclusion, of accessibility, of that unification and inclusion of individuals with disabilities in that particular city. And I'm thinking, why not? I'm thinking, why not? So my first question to her was, is there representation? Have other individuals with disabilities gone to these city official or to these city meetings, which they have about every other week to come to find out? And she's like, yes, absolutely. There is representation. People with disabilities do go. It's just there is no change. Plain and simple, no change. And so she said the problem that we have in West Park is that there's no one advocating and mandating change for the residents with disabilities. So you have representation, you have people with disabilities that go, yet it gets to a point where you see the same people and it's kind of like, they just want X, Y, and Z, or the excuses come in. We don't have the funds. We don't have this. We don't have that. And so, of course, I started asking questions. I'm like, okay, does the city have grant writers or a grant writer? Is the city ADA compliant? Do they have an ADA, which is Americans with Disabilities Act? Legally, they're supposed to have an ADA compliant website, ADA compliant town hall, government building for the city. Is all of that accessible? And she said no. She said we have none of that. And they are not doing anything about it, and they're only doing little tiny bits and pieces just to cover themselves from not getting in trouble. That has to stop, because either you're all in, like I say, or you're all out. Because if you're just doing the bare minimum, you might as well not do anything at all. Because unfortunately, those bare minimals sometimes for us as an individual with a disability, depending on the situation, becomes more harmful than it does any good. So the bare minimum definitely should stop because it's not fair. It's not fair to the people. Um, and so more people need to show up. You know, if those people continue to show up and more people show up and they invite more people, I know that I told her, I said, I'll be there. I'll make it a point to be there and make sure that it goes with my schedule. It goes with my schedule. And I live nearby, so it doesn't matter. I will definitely be there. So it's a problem, guys, when there's a need like that and literally nothing is being done. Um, and my other point, excuse me, was we cannot expect change from those individuals in power who have the mindset of what disability used to be. So disability used to be a whole nother definition back in the 60s and 1800s and early 1900s, leading all the way up to when the ADA law came into place. And so that's a whole different mindset. If we continue to have leaders with the mindset of back then versus leaders with the mindset of what disability is now, we're not going to see any change. I can advocate until I'm blue in the face and I can talk about this, and unless those leaders become educated and those leaders become familiar with what disability is now, we're not going to see a change. And the most interesting thing for me was, okay, because of course my purpose in speaking to her was, well, what can I do? How can I help? How can I help your city becoming more ADA compliant and educated? And she said, to be honest with you, I don't know. Because if I tell you, okay, let's schedule a conference or let's schedule trainings, a monthly training with this particular town hall or with these representatives, they're going to turn you away. They're going to turn you away as they've done to other people before. And you're not going to get anywhere, and I don't want to do that to you. I don't want to waste your time. That's kind of sad. That's kind of sad. Because what's going to happen is that we're going to find ourselves obligated to go a different route, a more aggressive, a more aggressively professional route, with the law and with ADA lack of compliance and evaluations and all these different things versus them doing it the nice way, for a lack of a better word. And that's not fair, and it shouldn't be like that. And here I am, somebody with a disability, as an advocate, as a trainer, coming to them saying, hey, let me help. And they are basically denying my help because they are comfortable with how they are running the show. Meanwhile, as they are running the show, they are leaving people out. People that pay taxes, people that work, people that want to be included, people that need community, they are leaving them out due to their own agendas. And that's another thing. I wonder what's in their own agendas that will not allow them to comply with ADA compliance, which is the law, in order to make life easier for all of their residents within that particular city. So what do you do in that moment? What do I do in that moment where I'm basically being told no and my service is denied and everything else because of their own agenda, and yet all I want to do is educate them and empower their city and empower their people. And so that's why I always advocate, and I will always advocate for representation, for inclusivity, for community. Inclusivity, community, representation. That's what it's all about. So if you need something done and you know that you have a voice, we all have a voice, we all have a say, do something about it. Doing nothing about it is just as bad as those that are making it so hard and being offensive and not doing what they have to do. Doing nothing about it and just sitting back and watching is just as bad. And I don't think that's something that we like to realize. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys this evening. It's been, that's what my last few days have been, trying to advocate with city officials and getting places and all that good stuff. So, but it's been fun. I wouldn't do anything else or have it any other way. It's been a lot of fun. So my hope is that as I continue to connect with these individuals in this particular city, we can make it happen. They will allow me in to make these trainings and make these changes within their city, and move on to other cities to do the same thing, because we need the change. We need the change. And so I hope that this helped someone, enlightened you in some kind of way, and gave you some information. It's very, very important to be connected to your community, guys. Very easy ways to do that. There are free calendars available on the internet, particularly where we are in Broward County and our surrounding areas, that happen every single day, and weekly events as well. And I will be posting several of them on my Yes with Yessie page coming up, probably after the show sometime this evening. And I always post them on my 24-hour wall too, so on Facebook. So if you're not following me yet, please look up Yes with Yessie, Yesse, on Facebook. Yesse, that's Yes with Yessie on Facebook group, and join that group so that you can stay connected and stay educated on the different topics and things that I have included in there going on within our community. And so I want to also remind you guys that we need your partnership. Good evening, Donna J. TGIF. It's Thursday. It's not Friday yet. Don't do that to me. How was your day with the Pastor Steve show? The day was great. Today was good. Great show this morning. And I'm definitely enjoying my time on Mondays with Pastor Steve on the show as well. I hope that you guys are liking it as much as I am, and that you keep me on there, because it's a lot of fun, and I love it. I love it. You guys are an absolute blessing for a happy Monday for me. So I love it. And thank you, D. Amy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I absolutely love it. So it's been a lot of fun for me, and I love it. I love that you guys are enjoying it too, from what I see. I think Pastor got fired from the morning show on Monday. Don't do that to me, guys. It's my buddy. So with that, guys, please support your station. Please support your station. As you guys know, Pastor Steve is over at St. Lucia making it happen, to bring over New Season Gospel FM over there. Remember that the dial, no Girls Monday, no. Leave me alone with Pastor Steve on Mondays. Girls, go to sleep. the On the dial over there in St. Lucia, we're going to be on 98.5. And so what we're asking you guys to do is to support the ministry, support the station, and do that with your giving, guys. Do that with your giving, which is $98.50. $98.50. That's all we're asking you guys to do. If you can do more, we greatly appreciate it. And that you guys know you can do that by giving on the Cash App. It's all posted for you on the screen, but I will say it for those of you listening to us on 89.1 FM around the globe. So you can give on Cash App, which is the $ New Season WC. You can do that by Zelle, 954-536-1821. That's Zelle, 954-536-1821. And of course, newseasonfm.com. And again, just to match the $98.50, just like our station's going to be over there, 98.5. You guys don't want to miss it. We are making an impact. New Season Gospel FM is making an impact. And when I just sat there, actually, I drove. I was driving this morning to church, and it was pouring rain, and I'm listening to the radio show. I'm driving, I'm getting over here, and it's pouring, and I'm listening to everything that's going on, and it was like, it hit me when I got here. I was like, oh my gosh, like, we're already global, but you know, on the World Wide Web, and we have so much going on, but it's getting serious, and it's getting so much bigger, and it's so amazing. And what makes me the happiest, of course, about all of that is that I see it as an amazing opportunity for further inclusion and an expansion of the inclusion and diversity and educating the individuals with disabilities over there. And it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's really interesting and awesome to find to be living it right now, and very exciting. It's very exciting. So all your support is appreciated and it's necessary. And always remember that this is your station. This is our station. We come here for you guys every day, and we wouldn't have it any other day. We absolutely love it. As you guys know, I wake up in the morning just for you guys. I wake up in the morning just for you guys, and I will always do it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love being here with you guys. So with that, guys, I hope that you guys have a great evening, and I hope you learned something. I hope that you never stay quiet. Representation matters. Your voice matters. That's why God gave us a voice. We must use it to create change, to advocate, and to care for one another. Don't let anyone, anything, ever silence your voice. Until next time, I will see you on the next episode of Yes with Yesse, Thursday. Actually, well, Yes with Yesse on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. and God willing, see you guys on Monday again this week. Alrighty, so until then, have a great, great weekend. See you on Sunday for Church Day. Good evening, Reb Crescent. How are you? Thank you, Donna J. See, he says we like you. So with that, guys, have a great, great evening. See you guys, God willing, Sunday. Invite a friend. Come to church. We are there for everyone, where everybody is included, because everybody matters. So until then, guys, see you guys on Sunday, and see you next week for Yes with Yesse. Have a great week.
Cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.